Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
On today's Smart 7, political chants spark Glastonbury Row, government defend welfare bill U-turn and much more. It's Monday 30th of June, it's International Asteroid Day, and happy birthday Cheryl Tweedy.
The Smart 7.
It's news, but
Not the news.
This weekend saw Labour clock up another U-turn as they agreed to back down on changes that were due to be included in the welfare bill. The climb down will see a pause on changes to the PIP and to disability payments, and Prime Minister Keir Starmer apologised for not responding sooner to the Labour backbench rebellion. He said he'd been caught up with NATO and the G7, but speaking at the Welsh Labour conference on Saturday, he promised that his government will tackle the welfare system.
Everyone agrees that our welfare system is broken, failing people every day, and the costs spiralling out of control. Fixing it is a moral imperative, but we need to do it in a Labour way, conference, and we will.
It's one of several U-turns recently, and the PM also expressed regret over his island of strangers remarks in an interview with The Observer over the weekend. Political historian Anthony Selden is unimpressed by Labour's first year in power.
Not in 100 years has anyone made such an inept start with so little idea about what he's doing, what he's communicating, and the people he needs around him, both inside Downing Street and in the other key positions.
The weekend saw 200,000 people flock to Worthy Farm to enjoy music in the sunshine, but this year's Glastonbury lineup came with a serious portion of politics on the side. While the 1975 Neil Young, Rod Stewart and Olivia Rodrigo were all keeping the crowd happy, there were serious complaints about two acts and their overtly political messages from the stage. Northern Irish act Kneecap weren't streamed live by the BBC after one of the members of the group was charged with a potential terrorism offence over the display of a Hezbollah flag last November. Punk duo Bob Vylan led the crowd in chants of death to the IDF and caused a storm of outrage across the political spectrum. Health Secretary Wes Streeting was pointing the finger at the BBC.
I thought it was appalling, to be honest, and I think the BBC and Glastonbury have got questions to answer about how we saw such a spectacle. But I also think it's a pretty shameless publicity stunt, which I don't really want to give too much indulgence to for that reason.
Tory Shadow Work and Pensions Secretary Helen Whately says there's a bigger context that is more complex than getting a crowd to chant slogans.
That's happening because of Hamas and what they did, and the fact that Hamas uses people as human shields and has still got hostages there. And is it that the crowd in Glastonbury forgot that?
This week, the government is due to unveil their new 10-year plan for the NHS, but the weekend saw Sir James Mackey, the new CEO of NHS England, warning that it's critical that public feedback on the NHS and the service they get informs what changes are made. He also warned that sometimes patients are almost an inconvenience to the organisation, and that has to change. General Secretary of the Royal College of Nurses, Nicola Ranger, says he has a point.
This 10-year plan is really important, and I think, sadly, many people working in the health service are not always proud of the care that they're giving. There will be many NHS staff that will recognise what Sir Jim Mackey is saying and are desperate to put it right.
Israel's military stepped up operations again this weekend in Gaza, with strikes on Sunday killing at least 86 people. The IDF has issued evacuation orders for eastern areas of Gaza City as they plan a new operation which they say is designed to destroy the capabilities of terrorist organisations. The fresh wave of assaults comes after hundreds of Palestinians have been killed while queuing for food and aid, provided by the Israeli-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. The new aid setup has been disastrous, with Israeli troops regularly opening fire on those approaching the GHF centres. Juliet Toomer, communications director from the UN Palestinian Aid Agency, says they cannot work with the Israeli agency.
It invites people to their own death by forcing them to walk for miles on end, and then fire is opened. That's enough evidence here to say why we've been opposing this.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro, Wimbledon gets underway and we narrowly avoid a massive Squid Game spoiler. Right after this.
When your workforce, tech stack, and business needs are evolving all at once, you need HCM software that moves just as fast. That's why Paylocity builds what's next, providing innovative and simplified solutions for clients to tackle the real challenges they face every day. From AI-driven insights to automated workflows across HR, finance, and IT, Paylocity's platform doesn't just keep up, it leads. It's time to simplify complexity, drive results, and move forward together. Start now at paylocity.com/simplified.
Welcome back.
This weekend saw the Lions Tour get underway in Australia, and Lando Norris grabbed victory at the Austrian Grand Prix, but that's only the curtain raiser for a huge week of summer sport ahead. Wednesday sees the Women's Euros 2025 get underway in Switzerland, with England's first game against France next Saturday. Monday sees Wimbledon serve up the strawberries and cream in the middle of a heatwave, which could see the on-court temperatures break 35 degrees. The tournament have implemented mandatory water breaks, but reigning champion Carlos Alcaraz isn't letting a bit of sunshine put him off defending his title.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling with a lot of confidence coming to Wimbledon, winning French Open, winning Queens. So I just wanted to go as far as I can, in this tournament. Hopefully make the final, but right now I just will try to enjoy the first match.
This weekend saw the third and final series of the original Squid Game drop on Netflix. It has had mixed reviews, as creator Hwang Dong-hyuk seems to have gone all out to kill off nearly every cast member in his final season. But there's a twist. Netflix have already asked David Fincher to make an American version of Squid Games, and the Seven and Killer director is believed to be busy planning and preparing for a fresh take on the show. Fans were startled by an A-list cameo at the end of season 3, which could be a hint for the reboot, but the current cast weren't giving much away.
I think it was shocking during filming, both physically and emotionally. It was very intense, with challenges, character lines, and with John Hee too, definitely very emotionally intense and draining.
There's a new movie on the way starring Channing Tatum that sounds like it was dreamt up in some corporation's brand partnership office, but it's actually based on a true story. Tatum plays Jeffrey Manchester, a former US Army Reserve officer who makes a habit out of robbing McDonald's branches by cutting holes in their roofs. He became known as the Roofman and got sent to jail, but escaped and began living in a Toys R Us store, only emerging late at night. It actually looks like a great story with a strong cast including Kirsten Dunst and Peter Dinklage, and Roofman hits cinemas in October.
You got your passport? You got to leave tonight. Can't I just stay? Oh, how? I'll just lay low. I need you to really think about who you talk to. You just look like this all the time?
Tell me what's going on. Right now.
Who do you want to be, Jeff?
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
There's nothing better than treating yourself, except maybe treating yourself to high-end, top-quality pieces at half the cost. That's what Quince is all about. From European linen apparel starting at just $30 to handbags crafted from the finest Italian leather, Quince can elevate an everyday outfit at a fraction of the price. By working directly with top artisans and cutting out the middlemen, Quince gives you luxury pieces without the markup. Go to quince.com/style for everyday affordable luxuries with free shipping and 365-day returns.